Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. I'm here with Ryland.
Hi.
Another episode of Ovation to Innovation. Now,
Isn't it Innovation to Ovation?
That's the one. Innovation to Ovation. Now, to catch...
from really good to really bad.
They're really good to really bad. Now, let me catch you up. Here's what's happening. Ryland is putting together a new act. We're calling it the Breakfast Act or the Orange Juice Act. It is...
I think it's going to be called the Orange Juice Act.
It's probably going to be called the Orange Juice Act. It's for your Young Magician... the Young Magicians Club stage competition, which you're hopefully competing in this year. And we've got to the point where we had the idea for the act. We wrote down a bunch of ideas for tricks. We put together the script. Matt has put together the track, the music track.
Yeah.
And now we get to the point that before you start working with Matt on choreography, we have to actually work out how to do all of the individual elements. We've got the track. Ryland has listened to the track approximately 14 million times. Because one of the big things, now in all seriousness, isn't it? One of the big things when you're doing something like this is knowing the music inside out and back to front. Do you want to talk about that? Because that's something that you do an awful lot now.
Yeah, you want to know what's happening.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know the track, well, forget.
And you need to know every little bit of it, right down to every little beat, right? Now, there's certain big moments in the act, isn't there? There's certain big moments. I actually think of it as, realistically, there's three big sort of sequences. The first big sequence is the multiplying balls. The second big sequence is the multiplying bottles. The third big sequence is unplugged.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
I agree.
And then there's lots of other bits that take up the act all the way through. But I think those are the three big sequences. So...
And the briefcase was...
And the briefcase is a big moment, yeah. But
those are like the 5 big moments.
But one of the hardest parts that Matt had when he put the act together, when he put the track together, was knowing how long to do each sequence and what music to have, because we don't have a clear plan. We had in the script, we're now going to do a multiplying ball sequence.
Yeah.
We don't actually know what we're going to do. We know the concept of it, which is the balls are going to be orange, they're going to be tangerines, and you're going to have a sequence where you're making lots of tangerines appear. But beyond that, we don't really know how that's going to flow. Yeah. So before we can learn the whole act, and before Ryland can actually start rehearsing the whole act, the first thing that you need to do is you need to put together the...
main moments.
And this week we're going to focus on multiplying balls. Okay. So on this week, now we've ordered from Bon Lee orange multiplying balls.
Good.
We don't have any right now. However,
I do have my white, yellow, blue, green ones.
You've got way too many multiplying balls. We'll use the white ones, okay? So you're going to grab your white balls and stop it. You're such a kid. You're going to grab your white. So you're going to grab your white ball. Stop it. Making me laugh. Right, you're going to grab Bon Lee's balls and will you stop it? I don't. Right.
Say that.
You're going to grab the multiplying ball set.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is that better? You're going to grab the multiplying ball set, and what you're going to do is we've earmarked, it's a nice lazy Sunday, isn't it, today? Mom's out, we're here, hanging at the office, nobody's around.
Nobody.
So we can spend the day rehearsing. Ryland...
I mean, that smelly person.
Well, Thea's here, but she likes helping Ryland rehearse.
She likes being smelly.
We're going to spend the day... We're going to spend the day just working on the multiplying ball sequence. Yeah. We're going to spend the day working on that multiplying ball sequence. What the goal by the end of today... Forget about the rest of the act. The goal by the end of today is that we have that multiplying ball sequence down. So the next little bit of video you're going to see, hopefully, if Michael can be bothered, he's going to have montaged all of your rehearsals and practices together. And if things work out according to plan, by the end of this video, we're going to have a sequence that kind of makes sense in the narrative of the story of the act, right? Mm-hmm. Cool.
That's when you need to push yourself to the test and show us a passage of time.
practicing for a couple of hours. I've now got my dad behind the camera, and I'm going to try it to the music and see what I'm going to get. Okay?
So you want me to play the music?
Yeah, I want to play the music.
Am I going to be impressed?
Yeah, so...
Okay,
First of all, it's take it
I'll
out
take
the
it
tape
from.
cup.
I'll take it from a few seconds before.
Yeah,
so there's a line.
Let's get it out of the tape cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dad, can I have a tangerine instead?
No, Ry, you can't.
Okay. So what did you think of that?
Well, it was a little bit long.
It was a little bit long. It was a little bit clumsy.
Needs to be a little bit faster.
What's the concept here? So the concept is
So
you've just poured some orange juice
Yeah.
into a cup.
Yeah, I go to drink it. It turns into like a tangerine, and then I say, "Can I have a tangerine instead?" And you say, "No, I'm trying to get rid of the tangerine." But all that's happening is it keeps on appearing, and I get
Back in the
more
bowl.
and
It keeps
more
on
and more.
appearing back in the bowl.
Yeah, and I get more and more and more.
You keep getting more and more and more, and you get to the point where you're just like, right, okay. I think you need to be a bit quicker on the actual productions of the tangerines. You want to try and keep it in time.
I'll go a little bit quicker this time.
Should we try again?
Yeah. Dad, can I have a tangerine instead?
No, Ry, you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Problems?
A little bit too fast.
A little bit too fast.
And a little bit clumsy.
A little bit clumsy, a little bit too fast. There's a couple of other problems, but let's iron out the big ones first of all. Couple of so too fast, bit clumsy. Also, what is Matt tells you about music? What does Matt tell you?
Beat.
The beat. There's certain beats that Matt puts into the music.
Oh,
if you listen to the beginning, it's boom, boom. Listen to this beginning bit here. Listen. You get it? So try to make the productions on the beat at the beginning bit, and then you want to try and finish it so that as that music finishes, and what's the next thing after this? After you make it?
And I go to grab it. So it's like I'm really annoyed, and I go to grab a bottle and pour it into the tape cup.
And then the tape cup goes off, and it goes into the light bulb. Okay, so yeah, you want to end it. You want to have them cascade into the bowl.
Yeah.
At the end of the music.
Yeah.
Okay? Because that's what will take a good act and turn it into a great act.
Yeah.
Yeah? Should we try it again?
Yeah.
You ready?
Mm-hmm. Dad, can I have a tangerine instead?
No, Ry, you can't.
Perfect. Yes, Ryland.
Yeah, so
Okay. Still a bit early.
yeah, so a little bit early.
But the productions at the beginning were brilliant.
Yeah.
You know what the other problem is?
What?
You're sitting down.
Yeah.
I'd stand up,
Yeah.
move the chair out of the way, because take your jacket off.
Yeah.
I'll have to bring the camera up a bit because now I haven't got your head, but that's a small thing. Okay, so try it again, yeah? But also sell this with your facial expressions, sell this with your actions. You're meant to be getting frustrated. Think about this. Imagine if you were sitting in a kitchen and I told you couldn't have a tangerine. Well, in real life, you'd probably be really happy you weren't having a tangerine. But imagine that I told you you weren't having a tangerine and you were trying to put it away and more tangerines were just appearing in your fingers. You'd be getting really annoyed. You're getting really pissed off.
I kind of think that I am, like, I'm going to think like I've somehow made like a massive chocolate bar appear, and you've said I'm not allowed it, and then every time I try to make it disappear, another one comes, and then it just keeps on multiplying.
Yeah, and you know you're going to get in trouble with me if I see it. Yeah, so you get more and more frustrated. So every time you look back at the bowl and you're taking that ball out of there, you want to like look really pissed off.
Yeah.
Okay, should we try it again?
Yeah.
Because don't forget, it's the facial expressions, it's the small things like this that will make a big difference in an act.
Yeah, I'm just going to get that.
Okay?
Yeah.
Should we try it again?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Dad, can I have a tangerine instead?
No, Ry, you can't.
Much better.
Yeah,
And also, don't forget, you need to take into consideration that you'll be behind in order to drop them into the bowl, you'll be in front of the table.
Yeah.
So in order to drop them into the bowl, you'll be behind the table.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that extra couple of seconds at the end going behind the table to drop them in will cover the moment where you just stood there with them for a couple of other seconds. Do you want to try it one more time? Because I thought that was the best you'd done it. Let's try it one more time. Are you ready? I want to see energy. I want to see really, remember to plant your feet, right?
Okay.
That's the important thing. Plant your feet and just really just focus. Focus on, you've got to portray to the audience, where are these balls coming from? It's a little bit like a miser's dream.
Yeah.
Yeah?
But with multiple balls.
Yeah, exactly. You ready?
Mm-hmm. Dad, can I have a tangerine instead?
No, Ry, you can't.
Plant the feet. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. How did that feel?
That felt like that went well.
So all you have to do is that for about 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I think you'll have it nailed.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that was a resounding success.
Yeah. That worked.
Anybody who's putting an act together, the best way to do it, or the way that we've found to do it that's best, is to take it in bite-sized chunks. If you've got like a 9.5-minute act, which this is, and you just throw yourself in and you try to do the whole 9.5-minute act straight away, it's going to confuse you, especially as there's certain moments that you don't know. So taking one little sequence and focusing on that little sequence really kind of helps, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And honestly, I love how you were getting that in the end, like with the getting it on the beat and the acting. I think that worked really well. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It did.
Yeah, that's really good. I mean, unfortunately, that's just 50 seconds of a 9.5-minute act. We've got 50 seconds. We have 50 seconds. That's very, very exciting. And it helps that you're using Bond. Anybody who does, but one of the reasons, and this is the other thing I should say, one of the reasons that we put a multiplying ball sequence in there is because you've been, when was the first time you started doing multiplying balls? Man, you've been doing them a long time. I remember the first time seeing you doing with them was that Christmas corporate gig. Do you remember? Where you broke the split press. No, you broke the gasket because you were trying to help Matt change the casket and you smashed it into bits. Yeah. I think that was the
actually, technically, the first time I used multiplying balls was when I was like 5 years old.
Really?
Yeah. But I wouldn't really count it as actually using them.
You were just playing with...
No.
Playing with the balls. No, the balls. I didn't say your ball. I said you were playing... Stop it.
No. I was using them for the cups and balls. They were my big ones.
You were using them as final loads because they were smaller, weren't they? And you were able to... Yeah, but you weren't using them as...
Tiny hands. My hands were about that big.
Yeah, and you were able to palm them.
Those were the only things I was able to palm.
Oh my gosh, yes, I remember those. But I'm pretty sure you were like 9 when you did your first multiplying balls act.
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah. So one of the reasons that we put the multiplying ball sequence in is because Ryland's got a lot of experience doing multiplying balls, and obviously it makes sense using orange ones and calling them tangerines. In the context of the act that we've built up to this point, having a multiplying ball sequence works because he's trying to, his dad saying, no, you can't have a tangerine, so he's trying to throw the tangerines away, and as he does, they're reappearing in the bowl, and he's getting more and more frustrated. He's trying to use magic to get rid of them, and it's kind of a little bit like Fantasia, Mickey Mouse Fantasia. Like, Mickey Mouse starts to try to use magic, and it works at first, but then it starts going completely Pete Tong. That's a little bit like this act, if you think about it. You start to use magic, and initially it works. You make yourself an orange prime appear. But then it all goes downhill very, very quickly. Yeah. And you're doing magic, but none of it is actually working. Or if it's working, you're fixing it with magic, but it's all just failing miserably.
And at the end, I finally get to have an orange, but...
And then you got to go to school. I love this. Love this act.
No more oranges from me.
And if you do multiplying balls, check out Bon Lee's. Bon Lee's got the best... I was almost going to say Bon Lee's got don't. I'm not saying it. Just your face. I'm not saying it. Bon Lee's got very good multiplying balls. Now, with that being said, stop it here. With that being said, I said multiplying.
Exactly. Why do they multiply?
What?
Why do his balls?
Because they've got a shell. They've got a shell on them.
What?
Just stop. I'm not going to get dragged into this 11-year-old joke fest. No. Right. Thank you for joining us on this week's, what's it called? Innovation to Ovation.
Innovation to Ovation.
Next week, we're going to be kind of fleshing out the rest of the act. So join us next week. If you haven't seen the rest of this series, please go check it out. The whole idea is by the end of this series, Ryland will have built an entire act from the ground up, and you will see how it gets built every step of the way. But thanks very much for joining us. We'll see you again very, very soon. I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
This is Magic TV.
No, it's Innovation to Ovation.
Sorry, on Magic TV. This is
No, it's Innovation to Ovation.
This is Innovation to Ovation. We'll see you next week.
Bye.